It's day 4 on our 30-day Pokopia Cloud Island, where yesterday we built that. I want to call it a building, but right now it's just a collection of blocks. Coming back to this a day later, I don't know. I'm really failing to see the vision now. I was pretty proud of it yesterday. I hope I can find that again. Let's just put it that way. I did do some work though, as promised, where I took a little bit of extra time to organize my storage. You didn't really miss much. It was very boring. Everything now has a home. So just to go over my whole logic here with my storage system, the left side here, this is just raw materials that I would collect up off the ground, basically. Over here are the processed versions of those materials. Any processed materials would go in here. In the back, we have kind of soft blocks like grass and stuff. Over here, we have hard blocks and stuff like that, like stone. But that does not include road pieces, and I'm waiting for a certain block to put in the frame, but these are all pieces that are labeled road. And these labels are not on every block, but wherever I can, I try and put things that have labels on them in chests. So this is toys, decorations, relaxation. This is rare items. This is more like infrastructure items, and that would include things like chests, railroad tracks, things like that. This is going to be, I call this bits of house. So windows, doors, walls, things you would just use that are decorations, but, you know, I don't know. They don't really fit into that general decoration category like this one. It's just tables and stuff that is decoration, but doesn't have a label. And then right here we have like full-grown plants and you know, seeds and stuff. And then this is food. This is food. So that's the logic right now. And this storage, I've already done this version of the storage a few times. It can be split to even more subcategories. The trouble is this is just not a very large room, and this entire corner here is reserved for an elevator. So my decision to only make this 2 floors plus a roof is one I'm still considering, kind of. But today we get to play around a little bit more, because not only do we get to get concrete today and limestone, but we also have Smeargle here. Well, this is an environment I forgot to build yesterday, so I also did that while I was doing my storage, and now Smeargle is here today, showing up to help us paint blocks to make things look a little more unique and fun. And, you know, we have access to paints and stuff like that, so that's awesome. Looks like we also have more Pokemon trying to spawn in, so let's see what we got. First up, we have... it is not Timber, the next version, Girder. Okay, so Girder is here. I hear another Pokemon over in the distance. Next up, we have Heracross. Always a good one to get. And it's hard to remember if I have Pinsir or not, but I think this particular tree-shaded grass habitat is just about done for us. I think we're almost done with that layout, if you will. And let's see, anyone else? I think for now we're okay. Geodude has some blue paint for us. This could also give us a bonus of white paint, I'm hoping. No bonus of white paint today. We'll keep trying. Charmeleon has bricks. And Bellsprout is going to help us harvest our crops today. Even with a farm this small, if I make sure to do this every single day, I don't think we're going to run out of food anytime soon, which is great. So I'm doing my best to kind of stockpile this stuff now. Let's start by harvesting the wheat so Bellsprout can start growing the next batch. And yeah, I'm really good on food, actually. I don't think I'm going to make any food today before we go to our Dream Island. I'm not going to waste any time. We're going straight to a Dream Island that has concrete. Ooh, not before grabbing this recipe for extravagant carpet. That's awesome. Anyway, specifically, we're going to go to an island with limestone because that is what we need to make concrete. And I think it's Chansey that gets us there, but I also have the Arcanine doll, and those are the last 2 dolls that you can purchase right now. The other dolls being Ditto and the Substitute doll, and both of those, if I'm not mistaken, bring you to random Dream Islands. So let's talk to the Chansey doll first. I think this is limestone. Yep, copper, limestone, and mushrooms. Let's do it. First things first, though, we're going to go for all Pokemon in this area and check, and we do not have a legendary today. No problem. That's absolutely fine. From here, all I'm going to do is run around and start collecting all the different items they've scattered around, and then limestone. Thinking about the other materials that I'm missing for certain items I want to craft, limestone's the biggest one because it's actually used in a lot of different block recipes, and of course you can make concrete with it, which is also used in a lot of different block recipes. But I'm also thinking about other stuff I haven't gotten yet. And one thing I really haven't seen a lot of is glass. I should grab some sand while I'm here so I can also cook up some glass. And yeah, that'll pretty much be us having access to all the major materials that you would use in a lot of crafting recipes. And a lot of stuff should open up to us once I have that. I also accidentally found my way into the other cave system on the island, so we can grab this back here. 5 Pokemetal ingots, which is also very good. Ooh, and speaking of Pokemetal, I've gone deep enough to where they actually have some in this biome, and we have even more stuff hit. Oh, this is great. Okay. Nice, we get to leave with Pokemetal. I was kind of regretting how much I didn't grab the last time I encountered it, so this is good. Pretty simple habitat here I just unlocked, and there's, I'm guessing, the evolution of Hoot here that we're missing. I think we could make one of those pretty easy. Will I remember is the question. And if we left right now, I'd say this haul is already pretty good. I have a lot of limestone to play with. Like each one of these stacks can give us like, I think up to 4 stacks of concrete, which is kind of nuts. And already we have like so much Pokemetal. I'm gonna be good for a while. Photo 8 here, a fun photo of Pokemon. We have Clefairy and Arcanine hanging out together with Clefairy and Arcanine dolls. That's adorable. Okay, whatever this ends up being in terms of limestone, I'm gonna call that good, because this feels like a lot. Many, many stacks of limestone. I'll have concrete, probably a lifetime supply at this point, at least enough for the 30 days, I imagine. Although I am building a lot. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. But we'll be good for a bit. So far, I'm not finding a ton of items on this island. I was gonna just grab the rest of them and go, but I realized another thing I don't have a lot of are these pointy trees, and it's just nice to have like a little stockpile of trees and shrubs. You just never know when you're gonna have a project and you need a lot more trees, and the biomes at your disposal don't have quite enough trees. So I'm gonna pick up all these and go look around for some more items, I guess. I thought there'd be a lot more. Huh, there's one down there. Okay, I don't know, maybe they're just in different spots. Usually the tops of the mountains have like a bunch. Found another bit of habitat information. This one's for Alakazam, and I'm kind of surprised. All these sciencey things here get you Alakazam. I kind of thought it was just gonna be the little fortune-telling crystal ball, but okay, yeah, no, I'll take it. In terms of our final haul before we head off, we got over a stack of Pokemetal fragments, got 18 rare Pokemetal fragments, and a whole bunch of limestone, among some other little goodies as well. Let's head back. We have a building to finish. First things first, we have another, we have Drifblim. I forgot, this is a habitat. All these dolls together like this. Nice, simple habitat you can get on a cloud island really fast. Okay, cool, another Pokemon. But okay, we need to do a couple things here. First and foremost, we definitely need all of this stuff in the furnaces, starting with glass, aka sand. We need sand in here, and I am going to put my Pokemetal fragments in here as well, at least this stack. And finally, in here, ooh, we have copper. I'm going to put in, why not, the rare Pokemetal. And then in this machine, we want to put a stack of limestone. Geodude can handle that. Let's go find them and 3 fire types. Okay, it's going to take a little bit to get the concrete we need to make the blocks I want to make for that building, but I'm glad we have this underway now, and we have glass. Again, the final materials we need to unlock a ton of crafting potential for ourselves. I think these are perfect for like the grand opening of my new apartment building? I don't know, my new building. So yeah, I'm gonna print out another one of these once we have our other bit of Pokemetal, and when the building's done, we're gonna have them by the entrance. Until then, I have some extra time, so I'm gonna do something I do not do enough of, and that is run around and see if there are any items buried in the ground, such as mysterious slates. These are very difficult to find during the day, and I really should probably play when it's nighttime in the game, so that I can like have a better chance at finding these, because odds are I'm flying right over them. I don't know about you, but these little yellow bits in this dirt here, these trick me all the time from like a distance. I wonder if like, oh, is that a shimmering spot? Nope. So yeah, I'll do my best. Like I have a feeling this desert probably has like 10 shimmering spots. It's just the sun is so bright on the yellow sand, finding yellow shimmering spots in the ground is going to be almost impossible. Been searching for several minutes and still no shimmering spots, but I did find this really unique little area surrounded by like these red rocks. It has a little bit of water, and it's just kind of tucked away in a really perfect little spot. We could have like maybe some kind of path or maybe a rail system coming over to it. I don't know who we'd keep in here. You know what? It feels kind of perfect for a legendary Pokemon. Like we make this the habitat of a really cool water type legendary Pokemon. And it's kind of cool that I'm kind of just running around getting acquainted with the map, whether or not I'm finding anything of value, because I plan on trying to do something with every part of this map as to the best of my ability. So starting to think now about the types of habitats and stuff we could build is probably a pretty good use of my time. I'd say these first 4 days, you know, I've just been kind of playing the game. I've been enjoying myself, but I don't think I've been spending the time super wisely. If I'm only giving myself 30 days to do this, and 4 of the days were spent building half a building, I'm not making great progress. I'm certainly not feeling good about my odds of finishing the mysterious slates. I've found 0 of those. And I haven't been trying as hard as I could, but I've been trying. I think I will probably play off camera later, and I'll let you know if I find any, if that even happens. There is always the dowsing machine, which I've actually never used, funny enough. So that's probably another thing I should at least try. This should be a new recipe. It is, the wall photo frame. I'll just tell you right now, the wall photo frame is very tiny, if it's the one I'm thinking of. It's kind of a disappointing little item, but cool nonetheless. I've gone full circle though. Let me go ahead and check the progress on our concrete. Oh, we have 20 so far. That's actually not bad at all. All right, I'll grab that. 6 glass is not as much as I was expecting, but we'll grab that. And I know glass and concrete are needed for an item I really, really want, but I always forget Tinka gears. You don't need a lot of these, but in my experience, but they are one of the more rare crafting materials, especially if you don't have the Pokemon who can make them. So let me just comb over my Pokedex real quick and see that Tinkatongue's habitat is actually not too difficult to make. The only thing I'm missing is the microwave oven, which is actually buyable, but I need to get to level 5 first. Right now, we're a little bit of a ways off from level 5, but it is possible. I do have room in that one habitat I made. I could stuff some more Pokemon in there, and they'd probably be pretty happy. So while I wait for more concrete and stuff, I guess that's my next goal, to just try and make some more Pokemon happy. I grabbed these 4, and I'm gonna have all of them live in the actual proper house itself. All the little grass plots are full now, so we're just gonna have everybody move into the pen. And with those moves, it seems I've made a mistake, because Gulpin and Oddish went down. They went down from great to nice. Bulbasaur went down from nice to average. Which I'm not too mad about. It's Bulbasaur, but Oddish and Gulpin didn't deserve that. Dang it. Honestly, when I try and force the level to go up, it's kind of a nightmare. It's not a fun way to play the game. The goal today is to finish the building. I'm just gonna finish the building. Once Ditto has a home, you know, he goes from homeless to probably pretty happy, so that's good. So yeah, here's 20 more concrete. Let's not force it. Let's just start building. It is nice to see all of these options at our disposal. Okay, to start, I'm gonna burn some blocks here, I think. The block I have in my mind that works the best for this is the concrete wall. When I say the best for this, I'm talking about the trim around the building between the 2 floors. So I'm just gonna make 10 of them, and maybe this goes nowhere, but we're gonna try it. These have a cool industrial look, and I think between the 2 floors, they might look pretty nice. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe 2-tone buildings are harder than I thought they would be. There's another option that I think would probably work even better because it has some flair to it, and it's the protruding wall. Now, this is gonna require paint to start looking good, and I fear it's gonna require paint that's hard to get, like white or black. But I'm gonna try this next. Keeping in mind, I'm not going to have this remain purple. Let's just see how a protruding wall looks at this height here. Yeah, okay. I like that a lot better. Again, obviously I'm not keeping it purple, but what the protruding wall does is, again, it adds some flair and it gives us another opportunity for adding different colors to the building. And another thing I forgot I was going to do was add a foundation to this too. So with our concrete, we can now make these foundation blocks, and they're great. These things are honestly really, really good for any kind of, you know, city-looking skyscraper. Because I already know I like the protruding wall, I'm gonna make 30 more. Grab all the paint I have, which right now is just blue, and then check the prices of paint in here. Oh, right. We're at a really low level. I can't buy paint yet. Oh, no. My plans today, here's the dowsing machine. My plans today for finishing this building are falling apart right before my eyes. As badly as I want to use my rare Pokemetal on more Sudowoodo inflatables, I think it's in my best interest to start prioritizing the berry trees that I don't currently have, and for those, I'm going to be printing them once again. That's how I've gotten them all this whole time. I've just printed these. I've never seen, in my own Dream Islands and stuff, I've never seen a berry tree that I didn't already have on my main island. So we have lumberries now, and I'm cooking up some more rare Pokemetal, so I'm going to get more trees soon enough. Let's find a good home for this. I think somewhere out here with the other trees for now is fine. And it's going to take a while for that to actually grow some berries. Ooh, we get a feather today too. It's going to take a bit for that to actually grow some berries, but we'll have another color at our disposal. And until then, I should probably start working on lumberries. A quick tip for you too. If you hold A and let go at the right time, you hear a little noise and 4 berries will drop instead of 3. Let's try it. So hold A, let go. Oh, I missed it that time. Holding A, let go. Oh, we got it. There's 4. It takes a little bit of practice, but it's something I learned from some random YouTube short, and I thought I'd share it. It's pretty cool. Let's get some paint going, though. Pupitar can make some paint. It has crush, so we'll give you our red lumberries. Oh, nope, lepaberries. I keep calling them the wrong thing. So that'll be red paint, and I think, I could be mistaken here, but I think red paint has the small chance to provide black paint as a bonus as well. That'd be really nice. I know for sure chesto berries have an opportunity to give you white paint, so I'm going to gather 10 more of those and try that with Amara or however you pronounce their name. You are going to make us blue paint, which could get us some white paint, and that'd be very helpful. In the meantime, if I wanted to use the paint that I have, which is just this blue paint, this would be all I could do, is make foundations and the protruding walls blue. And the protruding walls have 2 paint options. They're 2-tone, but yeah, it really is beneficial to have more color choices. I don't like this blue for my building. Who knows? Maybe it actually looks really nice, but I'm not gonna dig it, I think. I could make, see, this is what I want. I want to be able to paint both halves of this block too. So even if I wanted blue, let's just say I did this, like that doesn't look very good to me. I'd want it to be like blue and white. So, dang. Let's wait until we have the paint we need. Good news though, while I wait, more of my rare Pokemetal is ready for me. So I'm gonna start using it to print more trees, and I want 3 of each of these trees. So I got those, and I even had enough to get myself another inflatable Sudowoodo. I'm just gonna plant all of them alongside each other, and then move on to something I said I was gonna do the other day, and then just kind of stop doing. Oh, I didn't know they actually paint stuff on this. That's nice, I like that. Okay, what I said I would do the other day was terraform an entire area to build a city. And I kind of got to this point here, and then I stopped, and I just started building a building. And I've just been really intimidated by this area right here. I'm worried about it. I don't want to just keep flattening everything and do the flat earther thing here, okay? I would really like to have this space be very, you know, varied. Let's be real, not very varied, but somewhat varied. With this city, I kind of imagined myself working with nature a little bit better than I have so far. So what I'm gonna do is I am gonna get rid of these flowers because I can always replant them. And then I'm gonna grab my dirt and grass, and I'm going to do a little bit of terraforming, but I'm gonna try to keep the area somewhat at the same kind of level it's at right now. So I think what would look kind of nice is if we had a road wrap around this theoretical building here, and the way that would work is I would actually take this grass and put it like this, and I would attempt to leave it wide enough for a road. And now I'm gonna call this a main road because this road's probably gonna run like up here. I'm gonna say this is north, but it's probably not. It's gonna run north, and it's going to go this way, kind of like above the hot spring. So because this road kind of leaves the city, I'm considering it a main road, and that means I need enough space to have this road be kind of wide. So that looks about like this, because I also need, oops, I should put it in the ground. I also need room around it for gravel. There'll be an intersection about here, and it does mean I need to keep expanding this bit of dirt out, but I want this road to be flat. So I need to do what I need to do. In order to give the road this wide, adequate space, I have to come out to basically about here. But what that allows me to do is put down gravel and not have the gravel exposed on the outside, right? So the gravel is tucked between 2 different blocks. There'll be a stone block and a grass block. We'll do it just like that. And these roads will meet right here at an intersection. So it looks a little bit like that, where now this road can continue this way, but over here, it can help kind of like cap off this particular plot of land. And we'll do similar stuff all around. If I did a 4-wide road over here, that means I got to do a 4-wide road over there. Again, we're also going for symmetry. But we don't necessarily have to make everything perfect, because you see this spot here. You might think, well, you forgot to raise this part up too. Well, no. This is where I think we can make things a little more visually interesting by putting put this part of the road like sunken into the ground a little bit. So this might take a little bit of finagling, but this was kind of my idea, was to have it go like this. The interesting bit I have to do is decide, do I want the gravel sunken into the ground like this, or do I want to have it up like this? I think I'm going to try it up like this, because there's going to be stairs here and here. There'll be stairs here, and let's try it with the stairs. I think having the gravel surround the stairs like this will look pretty nice. So yeah, now the road kind of sinks down a little bit, and this gives us an opportunity to kind of do a few different things. So I can take this road now and go this way. And again, I'll still be doing some terraforming. I got to get rid of some of this water, and we got to give the road a little bit of room so we can go this way for a bit. But it can lead to some stuff. We could put a park here. We could put more houses here. There's all kinds of stuff we can do now. This is what I meant by the gravel being exposed on this side. I would probably still do something like this to just kind of, like, you know, keep it a little more hidden. And then I'd probably put, just to make it look a little more natural, a whole row of grass blocks here like this. But yeah, the idea is we're working with the terrain, not against it. Let's start to close off a little bit of the water right here, and I probably need to go like down like this. I am realizing that stepping this down another level from this point is probably going to make this corner look really goofy, so I think I need to bring the road out just a few more blocks and then have it step down into this original layer that I'm trying to keep where it is and not just fill it in with dirt. So let me just do this real quick. I think it looks kind of nice. It gives me the opportunity to put some more grass blocks here, and that could be room for maybe some trees or something on this ledge. But it does feel like no matter what I do, this corner is going to look a little bit odd. Let me just see what this looks like right here. It is weird. It's not my favorite thing. You know, it might make more sense if we move the staircase back a block. Perhaps that's a little better. Yeah, I think the gravel coming around like that is a little less distracting than what I had going on before. And now the gravel can go, oops, can go into the ground. This is why I keep salads on my person, by the way. The gravel can go in the ground here. Yeah, okay. I think that's a little bit better. Then our gravel can do this, and we can have another staircase down. A lot less pressure on this staircase. There we go. All right, so now we have a road that goes out to here. And again, we can put all sorts of stuff. I don't know what I'm going to put in here yet. Probably a park. I think a park would look really nice here. But it's great. So I was able to keep this pond mostly intact. It's not perfect, but it's good. And oh, you know what? It has gravel at the bottom too. So even some exposed gravel here doesn't bother me too much. I'll just have the road kind of stop here though. Obviously there's not going to be like a whole bunch of plots coming off of this thing. But because my building is a bit smaller than the plot it's next to, there is still an opportunity to take the road and actually do a four-way intersection here where it comes this way. And I could put a house or two literally right behind my building, just a couple little ones, prefabs, and have this path kind of down here and then stair step up into those houses. But I do think the road overall looks good. I like this idea of having it step down and work with the terrain a little bit and kind of force me to think of other things to put in my city other than big buildings. So again, parks, stuff like that. This is good. Overall, I'm glad I've kind of decided to take it on. Like on this side though, we're not going to have the same problem. I will be getting rid of this odd mountain that I've created by, well, starting to get rid of it and not finishing the job. Let's face it, this area is almost flat as it is, so let's embrace it. Let's embrace the flatness. It is quite a large area to fill in, but yeah, I've just planted like a big line here just to show that like, hey, look how ugly this is. I better fill it in with a bunch of dirt. And that is the plan. That is the plan, to kind of fill all of this in and embrace the flatness. The game obviously wants me to make this entire place nice and flat, so I should probably oblige. I've run out of grass blocks finally, but I got most of it. And I'm going to get grass blocks back, obviously, when I start placing down paths. So I'm not too worried about it. I could also just use dirt, too. But nice. We did a lot there. And that should be more than enough room now to build a proper city. Well, let me stop myself right there. There's also this over here. I do want to flatten all this out as well. Just up to this part, right? And then once we get to these hills over here, it probably makes sense to once again work with the terrain. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with having this amount of space to work with. Now let's check on our devices here. We have almost a full stack of concrete, still going strong, tons of limestone left over. We got the rest of our rare Pokemetal out. This should be a good amount of glass. Oh, no, this is more Pokemetal. I'll take that. This should be glass. 15. Glass is by far going the slowest. I'm just going to go ahead and refill the thing, because I would like to come back tomorrow with a whole bunch of glass done. Let's get our paint. So here's blue paint. It does not look like we're getting white this time again. Shoot. Maybe Pupitar has our back. Here's the red paint I wanted, and you got white or black paint on you too, by chance? Do you have... So as you can see, I still have a lot of grinding to do on my part. I need to get more berries. I need to get more paints made up. And hopefully, along the way, I'll get both black and white paints, because they do honestly make the best stuff when it comes to like trying to get yourself really cool looking blocks. The black and white paints aren't just used for black and white. they're used to make like other colors. Like you have to mix them together to make other colors happen. So it's very frustrating that those are so rare because they are probably the most common paint that everybody wants. I'm not too angry about it. It gives me something to work towards, and that's never a bad thing to have in games like this. But it is just a bit surprising. But hey, look at that. I mean, we have more of our city kind of laid out now, and we have some stuff going on over in the far end towards the ocean. We have some stuff going on towards the mountain. So I think another batch of plots off of these roads would be really good. And I don't know how far back it's going to go. I guess another plot's worth in this direction. And yeah, I'd say the main city at that point would be planned. We need lights, we need infrastructure, stuff like that. And then I got a lot of buildings I got to build. I can't even finish one building. At least I have a start of a building. But I'm going to say that's all I can really do right now. A lot of the stuff that needs to be done is just up to me to kind of come back and get done myself as time goes on, because I'm just kind of waiting on Pokemon to do jobs at the moment, and I'm out of time to record this one. So what I'm going to do is... Oh, I forgot to plant 3 trees. I kind of thought I did. I'm going to plant these trees. I'm going to give everything time to kind of grow in, and then I'm going to make a bunch of paint. Tomorrow, my goal is to finish the big building, the first big building, my house. And then from there, we should unlock the ability to keep building and building and building, which I would love. I'm very excited to start knocking stuff out, much larger projects, video by video. So thank you for watching. And tomorrow's video will be on screen now if it's ready. So go check that out, and I'll see you next time.